friends, and welcome to a Cascade Gaming Diablo 4 Campfire Chat recap. So I'm popping this over a level 92 Shivta Ruins Perfect Run, so you've got something interesting to watch while I chat. So basically, the rundown of the Campfire Chat is there's going to be a first ever PTR coming for the Season 4 patch. So it's going to be open from the 2nd through to the 9th of April. I'm assuming that's US dates. Season 3 will now end on May 14th instead of mid-April. So we've got a little bit more time if you're trying to get those achievements and you haven't quite hit it. The PTR is going to have an automatic level 100 boost. So you're not going to have to run through and level up and do all of that crazy stuff. You'll be ready to go for all of the end game content. So there's itemization changes now for Season 4. So the base item updates. It's basically that you're going to get less junky stuff and more sacred stuff will be dropping in World Tier 3, Ancestral dropping in World Tier 4, and the Affix values are a bit better. So the Affix values on gear are going to be reduced from 4 to 3 on legendaries and from 4 to 2 on rares. And legendary and rares are going to be tradable in Season 4, so that's pretty cool. So legendary items will be dropped from monster level 95 plus are always going to be 925s. So basically if you're running dungeons or in the open world or whatever, so if you're in the open world and you're level 95 or you're running dungeons and the monsters are level 95 plus, everything's going to be 925. So it's going to be much easier to gear up. So as you can see on the screen, instead of dropping just a whole random trash mob of yellows, it's actually going to be items of more value to you. So there's not going to be as much sifting through junk and just vendoring or junking everything off. So that's going to be pretty cool. So basically, sorry, I'm just continuing on. I've got a long script to read for you guys. The gems are apparently going to be improved. The gold cost for re-rolling is going to be capped, so that's going to be really good. Forgotten souls are going to get dropped from whispers and will drop globally from elites in the open world. So there'll be no chasing the stupid chests in Helltide to get a chance of the Forgotten Soul, so you can do your re-rolls. So that's going to be great. With your Codex of Power, now this is going to be really cool. So when you salvage legendaries, it's going to automatically upgrade the aspect in your Codex of Power. So that's going to be really great. So they're going to be better versions of the aspect, and it'll just automatically replace it. So aspect of disobedience, I think it's like a 0.5 in the Codex. Don't quote me on that, but if you get a 1.1, which is a perfect roll, it's all going to automatically upgrade to that. So that's going to be amazing. You're not going to have to save like 15 items with disobedience on it. So that's going to be really cool. And there are also going to be new filters on that. There is also going to be a new crafting system called Tempering. So it's going to let you add affixes to your item, and basically you get them through recipe drops. So there are some examples here that I can see that are from screen grab. So one here is natural motion, and basically it can be applied to boots and amulets. It gives you movement speed after killing an elite, mobility cooldown, and evade cooldown. So it looks like you can basically take that to the blacksmith, say, hey, I want to apply that onto my choker, and then it's going to apply the new skills onto your choker. So, I guess it's just going to depend what it is. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be one of those wait and see kind of deals, because I would like to hope that they have this in the PTR so that we can try it out. So your tempering rerolls will be listed. It'll tell you how many times you can reroll affixes on the item, and basically it's just a way of extra customization to build your character. And keep in mind that you cannot temper unique items as much as you might want to. There will be greater affixes. Basically they'll have a 1.5 times multiplier on the affixes max roll, so it's basically going to be instant gratification for power boosting. It's only going to appear on ancestral uniques and legendaries, but hey, we'll take what we can get. The second crafting is going to be called Masterworking, and it basically lets you improve the value of your current affixes up to 12 upgrade ranks. So most of the ranks will slightly increase the value of all affixes, and for every 4th rank, one affix is going to be massively upgraded. So that's going to be quite interesting. So instead of just doing, I guess, your 4 to 5 item level upgrades, you will be doing up to 12, and every 4th level you'll get a massive power spike for one of them. So that looks really cool. Can't wait to test that out. So apparently there'll be a high volume of really meaningful class updates. I can't see too many on the notes from the Campfire chat, so I highly recommend that you jump onto Maxroll, Icy Veins, whatever, and check those out for yourself, depending on what class you normally play as your main. So every class is going to get 2 new uniques in Season 4, and a new Uber unique is coming in Season 4 called Tyrael's Might. It's a piece of chest armor. So that should be interesting. It basically looks like a stat boost, extra resistances, and the special power is, while at full life, your skills unleash a divine barrage, dealing between 782 to 924 damage. So that could be pretty cool. The first time that Tyrael's actually useful in the game. In all of the games, fight me, I don't care. I think Tyrael is the worst. So, anyway, so basically, there's going to be like a bit of a shake up of how all the classes are working together. So, seems like it's going to be pretty cool. The damage done from Tybalt's will, the pants, is going to be reduced, and also the same for the Banished Lord's Talisman. So that's the neck piece. It looks like the class changes announced so far aren't super significant, but they did say that the changes to class balances will be significant and meaningful, so I'm hoping that we'll get a little bit more information as we progress closer to Season 4 and probably in the PTR. I'm hoping that they use the PTR as kind of a guide to make more improvements to the classes, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The ones that they've announced so far look interesting, but, you know, obviously it's all just a waiting game at this point. So, we're keeping going. There's an update for Hardcore. The Elixir of Death Evasion is going to be removed from the game, so that's going to make things a little bit more dicey for any Hardcore fans. I know myself that I made a stack of Elixir of Death Evasion. I hope that means that the Scrolls of Resurrection will drop more frequently in the world. So, you know, remove one and replace it with the other. Not to the same degree, but just, you know, make it more than like a 0.1% chance of the friggin' thing dropping. That'd be fantastic. And Flame Shield's enchantment has been changed because it was a little bit of a cheat death kind of thing. So, Helltide updates. There will be Helltides in Tier 1 and 2. There will be higher density of enemies, so a threat meter will build up while you're killing enemies, which is great, and it'll spawn new enemies on top of that once you sort of hit the maxing out that bar, which is pretty cool. There'll be lots of ambushes, dynamic monster spawns, pretty cool there. You'll be able to gather summoning materials during the Helltide to summon the Blood Maiden, which is going to be a public world boss event, and probably one of the more exciting things, a new boss, ANDARIEL. So she'll have the same loot table as Duriel, but yeah, we'll get to fight ANDARIEL again. So that's pretty cool, because I feel like her fight had a lot of wasted potential being so early in the season. Now, another thing that's going to be really interesting is the Artificer's Pit. I probably pronounced that incorrectly, but it's going to be really similar to Greater Rifts that we had in Diablo 3, which is so exciting because I've literally been chatting to my friends about this since the start of Diablo 4, that I thought that bringing in rifts would be a fantastic idea because it makes your end game so much more fun. So it's going to be a permanent feature. Basically, you have to fill a bar to reach 100%, unlock the boss at the end of your run. Every time you die, you get a 30-second penalty added to the timer. You need to clear a tier 45 nightmare dungeon to unlock this feature, okay? So as opposed to AOZ, the pit starts at a more reasonable level. So you'll be able to choose your levels, it looks like, from the screen grab from the Campfire chat. So that should be amazing. I am so freaking excited. Anyway, so it's basically going to get cracking on the 25th of March. So I guess that's 25th for the US and 26th for us, so about 5-ish days away. Yeah, all in all, changes seem very exciting. I'm probably the most excited about this pit, so I'm dying to have sort of more endgame content as opposed to just, you know, trying to push high level nightmare dungeons. It's like, yeah, that's fine, but you know, it'd be really fun to actually do a rift, because I think that feels like more of a challenge, because, you know, you've got your timer. It's not just, oh, we've only got like 5 deaths. It's 4 deaths, sorry. But you know what I mean. It's not restricted by number of deaths. It's just restricted on the timer, so you can push through. It's a lot more fun. It adds a lot more variety, and I'm really hoping that they keep the similar Diablo 3 system, where basically you complete an area and then you walk into the next area and it's completely randomly generated. That would be really cool. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's just not a rehash of, you know, the same 7 or 8 dungeons that it was for AOZ, but it also seems like they're aiming for it to be more accessible than AOZ, which is great. Because, yeah, I remember AOZ at the start was quite a challenge, you know, seeing people get to level 25 like Rob, and yeah, it was, you know, absolutely amazing to watch on Twitch, and basically everyone's like, oh no, we'll never be able to get there. So yeah, very exciting changes. I'm really hopeful for the future of the game now, but, you know, we want to be cautiously optimistic and just see how it's all implemented. But I feel like these changes, once they're implemented, shows a really positive change for the game. And if there are things that need to be tweaked, once the features are already in the game, then it's so much easier to tweak it from there. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want more information on this, you can grab it from Icy Veins, Maxroll, everywhere has all the details at the moment. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it and found this informative. And yeah, look at me taking down that Seething Hivemaster. Love that Chargebot Sorcerer, man. Alright, I love you guys, and I'll catch you all really, really soon. Bye for now.